Okay, we are now going to create the marketing profile. The marketing profile is going to be a document that's going to guide everybody who is going to work on the account, which is in some cases just one person, but in other cases there might be writers or designers or otherwise involved. And it is important, again, referring back to consistency, that everybody is aligned in how this company is portrayed to the outside world. And we are going to talk about a few things. We're first going to look at how this company used to get customers in the past. We're going to investigate how the audience can buy from this company and who this audience is, and what the details, the more specific parameters of that audience is. Then we're going to look at how the company is presenting itself to the outside world in words and then in visuals. So this will be a PDF document again that you're going to fill in, and we will be dealing with the following aspects. So what has the company been doing to get customers is an important question, because even though the company owner might think that with doing digital marketing they have now unlocked a brand new holy grail of incredible flood of new customers, it's actually the answer to this question that leads you to the easiest way to get more clients. So this is an important couple of questions. So a lot of business owners are getting their business from word of mouth. That is not necessarily going to change that much. However, digital marketing can support the word of mouth referrals. If you make yourself visible on a regular basis, people will remember you and remember that they had a good experience with you. And when it comes up in conversation, they will start referring you. And referrals are just one of the best ways to get business. Then, also, what has the company done before that didn't work? Maybe there's a specific way that they tried, and don't throw it straight away. Maybe they tried something and they didn't do it the correct way, but it's always important to investigate. The purchasing channels, as I said, like how does this company sell and to who? So these are the variables that can be part of your customers. So an online store is pretty straightforward, your Amazon, and then the on-premise shop. So this can be like a chocolate shop. Our client Chocolate by Terms is an example for that. Then you can have custom orders from clients who specifically want to have something designed specifically for them. So Rosenworth wedding dresses is an example. Then you have a bulk online store. This is an online store, however, they're not selling straight to the public, or only if the public is willing to buy 12 at a time or 20 at a time, and they buy it all at once. For these companies, it's not worthwhile to sell each item separately, because the cost of sending and packaging is just simply too much. They are typically business to business. Then the same principle applies that you can have like a factory shop. So they sell bulk from premises. It's also usually big amounts and sold on to other businesses. And then lastly, you have bulk custom orders. So the client in this case will order a massive amount specifically made to their requirements. That's also business to business, obviously. The target audience is who is the person we are selling this product or service to. And as I mentioned above, there is a business to business, there's a business to customer, which is your end user, and there's sometimes some businesses have a combination. They are selling to other business as well as to the audience themselves, to end users. So the fourth aspect is the details of the target market per product or service. So each product and service can have like a different specific target market. It can be the same gender, but maybe the location is slightly different or the age range. And the other thing that I need to point out is that the decision maker might not always be the same person as the target audience. So if you're selling lollipops, um, it can be argued that the child might be the decision maker and um, mom is just paying, or you can argue that the mom is eventually the decision maker. When it comes to targeting businesses, you often find that uh, somebody working in a supportive role, in a managerial role, is recommending a certain service or product. But in the end of the day, it's the directors that actually make the final decision of purchase. So you need to be able to speak to both, and they have both different ways in which they prefer to be targeted, and you need to know who you're speaking to. So, influenced by that, you need to know the personality of your company and how this personality is being dressed up to address the right audience. So, in terms of writing, style, and words, you have a variety of aspects. So, the style can be funny, the style can be serious, the style can be scientific. Um, you can imagine what different aspects you can add in here, and it's nice to get a little bit descriptive so that a future writer can play along and feel the same way about it. The perspective or persona is a term to describe, are we writing from the I personality? So I, Suzanne McCready, owner of Inkfish, I have found this and that on the internet and I find it interesting to share with you. That's the I perspective. Then we at Inkfish believe that we should be keeping consistency in forefront of mind. Or you can go, at Inkfish, they believe in putting everything on the website because the website is in the end of the day the best vehicle. So this should be consistent throughout all your marketing material. It should be written from the same perspective as long as it's locked down as one. Then under other, you will find a different, you can add in brand names if a certain brand name has got a trademark in it. Some company names, such as Inkfish, we like to write our company name in capitals and then digital marketing in lowercase. Well, I do at least. And other companies have other quirky little ways in which they write their own names. Also, be aware of company owners that have little dashes and other funny quirky things with their names. Do it properly, do it right, and write it here for reference for others. In the same manner as the writing should be consistent for a certain brand, the look and the feel of the visuals also needs to be consistent. We will be going into a lot more detail about that in the next module, but for now you can just describe and go into the what's the feeling of the brand. Is it soft, is it professional, is it technical? And the look will be similar to that. It can be hard lines, it can be colors, it can be another um, visual aspects about the brand that must come to the foreground. And we will take those keys later into the design side of things. And we obviously take their writing style when we're going to start creating content. So you can start filling out your PDF document, and you will be discussing this with your company owner to ensure that you're aligned in the right way to represent this company.